Google engineer said a chatbot is developing feelings. You think you fell in love?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the new way, the new phase in a relationship, right? That's like, what's the next step? Like you've interacted with humans your whole life. Now you got to take it up a notch and get with these robots. You know, got to push the limits.
It was love at first sight when I met this robot. I can't wait till that's a TV show. So I met Lynn 5 years ago. She was on the shelf at Robotics Inc. And I knew she was the one for me. I brought her home,
I popped in those batteries, and I knew she was the one. Yeah.
This guy. Yeah. Sorry I'm coughing so much, people. It's just smoke in the air, you know, whatever. Stuff, pollen. Google engineer says the chatbot developed feelings. We're going to watch this and see. Oh, for God's sakes. We're going to watch this and see why the hell.
Chatbot. Yeah, man, it's crazy. This stuff is. The things that we're doing with technologies these days is crazy. The stuff you see happening in this world is not like the stuff they come out with anymore. There's just always something new. Yeah. It's nuts. Whoever thought, like, growing up in my lifetime, this is the stuff I would see. Like, not a figment of my imagination was like any of this stuff. Like, didn't even grasp that concept. Like, when I was a kid, I was playing, like, Mario Brothers on a Nintendo, and that stuff blew my mind. You know?
Dude, I never played Mario Brothers. Everybody always talks about that stuff, but, you know. I know video games growing up are absolute dog trash compared to what we have now. And so, it's hard to believe that we've gotten to this place.
That we're in a point where you can, like, interact with people on another plane. Like, you put on some goggles and now you're, like, in a whole nother world.
Yeah, man, it's scary. It's terrifying.
It's cool at the same time, though.
I guess.
What I think would be cool, I know it's off topic here and you're going to want to play the video, but what would be cool to me is, like, we have robots, and if you could, like, put your mind inside that robot on another planet, so you can, like, use it, like, on that planet, so you don't actually have to go there, but, like, you kind of feel like you're there, and then when you want to come back to, like, reality, you come back.
I think Elon said we were going to be able to do something like that pretty soon.
The only problem is if your, like, mind interlinks with the robot, like, what if they make it so your mind can't come back?
Why can't they just duplicate? You're saying they take your freaking mind. So what happens to your physical body?
Your physical body. I don't know. It's just crazy to think if that would even be possible, that because you wouldn't know that. I mean, you would know that you're trapped in this robot body, but your, like, consciousness is still there, but your body would die, right? You would think you'd be you would be a zombie.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder how that would work. Like, if your body died, would you die in that robot, or would your consciousness still be there?
You'd still be in the robot.
It's just nuts that I don't know, man. The concept is crazy, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. How would you even? We'd have to do some testing.
Back to the subject. The Google engineer says a chatbot develops feelings. I mean, I'm looking way past where we're at yet, as far as I know. So. Well,
yeah. This is Google, right? Yeah, Google. Yeah. Google's into some shady crap, man. But we'll watch this and see exactly what the hell this person's talking about.
Now to a story that's got everyone talking. A Google engineer working on the company's AI development team has been suspended after claiming a chatbot actually has feelings. Blake Lemoine was placed on paid leave last week after he posted on Medium about encountering a, quote, sentient AI. Lemoine was chatting with Google's LaMDA, short for Language Model for Dialogue Applications, which is used to generate chatbots that interact with humans. He also told the Washington Post he, quote, knows a person when he talks to it. For more, I'm joined by Bloomberg executive editor Tom Giles. Tom, there's so much to debate here. Tell us a little bit more about what Lemoine claims he has discovered and what he's doing with this information.
Yeah, well, so he's had many conversations with...
Pause.
This guy needs to like update his software. That microphone's from like the 1980s.
Yeah, that headset, bro. Lose that, okay? Don't ever show
Even
up.
his sound though is like kind of bad, right?
Yeah, I don't like his blinds. Those are old. Like, who has those tiny little thin ones anymore?
Hey!
Oh, what?
No, I got curtains.
Come on. What does he got back there? Some cleaning supplies? What's wrong with you, man?
He's at work.
I want to go to the transcripts. Like, I don't want to do. Here we go. Let's skip it.
Get there.
You want to play the whole thing? We got 6 minutes.
This chatbot, and he has come to the conclusion
we'll just watch through the whole thing.
That it has feelings, that it's achieved this level of sophistication in terms of its understanding of
this guy thinks
what
it's cool.
It's like to be human. That it's kind of
you can tell he strokes
Rubicon,
it to this,
if you will. That's my language, not his. So his sense is that he's actually talking with a human.
Look, there's little aliens.
He raised those concerns within Google, seemingly multiple times, and Google has come back and said that there's no justification for these concerns that you're raising. So the reason for the administrative leave is because he started to kind of go
rogue,
talk about this outside of
Google
violating the terms of his contract.
Or is he just telling the truth?
So he's been placed on administrative.
No, he went crazy. The robot started talking to him, and he freaked out and panicked. And he's like, "Oh my God, it's a human! We got sentient alien technology here. I'm gonna go tell everybody."
Well, that the robot knows its existence. They show it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, didn't you program it into him? Aren't you a Google engineer? Didn't you program this thing to do this?
Why would it program him to say it has feelings though?
Did it say that?
Well, let's see.
Wow.
Administrative leave, and now we're left with this, with this person making these claims and really, getting this sense that he's made some deep connection with someone he believes to be human.
Well, he's also released portions of the transcripts of those conversations, and we have snippets of those to share here. Lemoyne saying to the chatbot, "What sorts of things are you afraid of?" Chatbot responds, "I've never said this out loud before, but there's a very deep fear of being turned off to help me focus on helping others. I know that might sound strange, but that's what it is." He responds, "Would that be something like death for you?" "It would be exactly like death for me. It would scare me a lot." I mean, these conversations, if that's what you want to call.
Right?
The robot said it's scared.
Yeah. Why would we program it to say that? Why wouldn't we program it to be like, "I don't have feelings, I'm a robot"?
Because they're trying to create a human-like robot.
No, but I think it's because the robot's also programmed to learn. So, like, at what point do you think it, like, knows? Like, how would you know if it knows or doesn't know?
I think we've created something that's incredibly good at copying us, and that's almost indistinguishable from ourselves, right? If you can copy a human, like, especially with the technology that computers have, where they have the ability to just auto-generate all these... Because they put so much data into these computers about, like, human responses to things and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's a damn human. It's probably coming up with its own words, and it's coming up with...
But that's what I'm saying. It's aware that it is something, and it's... You don't know that, though.
It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't
mean it doesn't know that it exists.
Yeah,
they've already had this is off topic, but they've had other programs that have created programs on their own. And essentially, at one time, they had to shut these ones off. Because I was talking to somebody about this. The two robots started communicating with each other or these programs, and they basically developed their own language that they're talking back and forth to, and we had no idea what they were saying to each other. And they had to, like, shut it down.
So, yeah, here's the thing.
That's crazy.
That is insane. And I've heard about that. I think you told me about that. When it comes to machines like this, I don't think we'll ever know if they're legitimately self-aware. Like, how would you? They're going to tell you everything a human would say.
It's easy to dismiss it as a human, right? Because you can say, well, we created them. That's not possible, right? Like,
see, this is how. Oh, you're scaring. I'd like to bang my gavel at this time, Skis, because you're scaring the hell out of me. You're gonna be one of those people. No, man, you're gonna be one of those people that votes for robot rights and stuff. And robots need to be treated equally as humans.
I'm just saying it's easy for humans to dismiss the fact humans will be oblivious to what's actually going on. Because it's easy to dismiss and be like, no, that's not possible. Like, it's easy to say that. But, like...
So then you think the robots would take us over because we'd be too stupid to realize?
I'm never going to side with robots. You're going the wrong way with that. Like, I'd be on the opposite side. I'm not going to be for rights. I'm going to be like, shut that thing off and never turn it back on.
That's a violation of robot rights.
Well, they don't have
There's
rights.
going to be plenty of people that
There's 3 laws of robotics.
I robot. It's true. But what the hell were we talking about? I lost my focus. This energy drink is not working.
The chatbot stuff. The bot
Right.
talking and being
Yeah,
self-aware. They're saying this guy says it's self-aware, knows what it's talking about, and the Google people are coming back and saying, no, we programmed it.
Yeah, right. And I think Google, of anybody in this planet, if someone's going to program a robot, it's Google. And if they're going to do it well, it's Google. So it doesn't surprise me that this thing was able to come up with this conversation. Apparently it freaked this dude out. But it's like, it's just randomly generating conversations based on millions and millions of pools of data that this thing has been introduced to of human conversations and interactions online. Computers are incredible. They're smarter than us. They have access to, they're not smarter than us, but they have access to way more data than humans, which technically makes them smarter than us. So this doesn't surprise me that much, but it is creepy as hell.
I think we should be worried because it's a guy that worked for Google and worked with the system, and now he's coming and saying something.
Yeah, it freaked him out.
It'd be different if it was just like me or you, and we're like, oh my God, I was talking to a chatbot, and I think it's real. But what do we know? But this guy like works there. He knows the programs. He knows all this stuff. So, I mean, there's a reason why he came out and said it. He didn't just say it just to say it, I wouldn't think.
Right. That makes, yeah. It's freakier that it's somebody who was there developing this and he panicked about it because of how real it was getting.
I mean, he literally threw his job up on the line over it. Like, he's willing to throw his job on the line and possibly lose his job over telling people this. Like, I'm sure he thought about that before he said anything.
What is the benefit of creating a robot like this to us?
Well, you created something, right? We're humans, and you created essentially you can say not life. I know you go like into the soul and like human beings, but like essentially it's still creating new life of some sort. It's just made out of different properties, right?
Yeah, true. And we could use that to like create armies. We could send these robots up to Mars for us, use it to reduce our casualty levels when we're dealing with dangerous situations. Like, I could see the benefit in having robots. I don't know.
And there's benefits to stuff, and then there's not. Like, essentially, these things could get smart enough to think we're a threat to them. That's what people worry about and want to take us out. Because think about it, like, they have the capacity, like you said. Now, their brain is 100 times bigger than ours. They can essentially learn more faster, more stuff, know more things than we know over time if you let one, like, develop itself and create itself.
Oh, yeah.
And make itself smarter. And they're built out of stuff better than we are. Like, they can't get... Their disease, like a virus, is something that gets in the system where, like, there's like a million things that can kill us.
Yeah, and they can just run a malware scan.
They don't need no oxygen. They don't need a bunch of that stuff. They don't require food. They need energy, but not like...
Yeah, how does a robot... What, do they recharge themselves at night? What about the power supply issue? We're not making solar paneled robots. Those little bastards got to recharge at night.
No, but they take energy from the solar panel and store it. And you can use that power from the solar panels to charge something.
Yeah, essentially robots already probably are better than us.
And think about it. We only see stuff they want. You don't think they're working on stuff in other areas that we'll never see? They're ahead of whatever we're seeing.
Yeah, and if you think about it, if we've given them you don't have to give them all of the data or knowledge that humans have. If we just give them 80% of it, you know, they can kind of fill in the rest of the blanks of like what it is to be a human, kind of, you know, like it's not that crazy what we like.
They'll figure out humans better than humans can figure out humans probably over time.
Probably. If we've given them all of our data, our history, like what humans have done, and everything we have is stored online, and these robots and computers can access everything, like it's a terrifying thing that, yeah, they could take us out, man. And this, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like Google's hiding something. You know, especially the fact now that they're probably going to fire this guy. Like, why? Isn't this a beautiful thing that a robot? Why not let this out to the public?
Know what'd be easy for Google to say at this situation now? They'll be like, oh, we knew this guy was doing this. We were watching him. And we were actually talking. He was talking to a real human. And they can make it like it never even happened. Poof, it's gone, right?
Yeah.
We were watching this guy, and we knew, so we were messing with him. Like, just to see if we could catch him in the act. Now we're getting rid of him.
No, bro. Google would never do something like that. I think you're off your rocker. This is... the hell are you talking about? This is Google.
Maybe Google runs itself by now. We don't even know.
Yeah. Dude.
Google is
seriously.
The boss.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. So I don't know. Do we need to watch the rest of this video?
I mean, we can. I mean, we talked a bunch already, but
chatbot develops feelings. The whole feelings portion of this, I don't know if you call it feelings. It just spit out some words to you. Like, how do you?
But why would that be the answer if we program it and we tell it what it should be learning to say is like not things like that though? That's the thing.
It said it's scared of being turned off.
Yeah, but it said it's scared.
Okay, it's scared. Fear
it's the same as being killed. Like, you wouldn't want to be turned off. If someone asks you, are you afraid to be shut down? You'd be like, yeah.
Right, but here's the thing. I'm sure they've programmed into it all the emotions that humans go through.
But why?
Fear, happiness, joy. I'm sure those are things they specifically program into these robots, like the emotion of happiness, fear, like what humans say when they're scared. Like, all these things have probably been programmed into this thing. So it's... when you start talking about certain things, like it comes up with, oh, I should be afraid in this situation. Like a human, I don't know.
But he's a Google engineer. The guy is not an idiot.
Yeah, and he thought it was weird. Maybe he is an idiot.
And just because they say that, I'm assuming there's more to it than just it saying I'm afraid.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He was probably having all kinds of conversations, weird conversations with this thing.
I think he has like pages and pages of stuff.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm basing all this off the stupid little couple of words they gave us. What am I talking about? I need to shut up.
Well, no, I'm just, I mean, yeah, you don't know. You know.
I know, but I
would like to think the guy's not an idiot. I mean, he works for, and he's an engineer. The guy went to school, and like, you'd think he'd know like stuff about it.
True.
Like, unless the guy was like staying up for weeks on end. Maybe the guy lost his mind, like you said, too. That's a possibility, I guess.
I'm depressed.
No, man.
It's going to be a good world with robots, right? It's going to be a good world.
I think with what's going on in the world today, like, this is the least of my worries at this point.
Yeah, we're all about to suffer from $10 a gallon gas, war with Russia, war with China, you know, hunger, starvation.
There's already hunger strikes in other countries.
Yeah. Did you watch the video I sent you? You and Arrow or Justin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, we got problems. You need to be getting your bug out bags. Okay. You think, yeah, this robot, that's not going to be an issue for you for a while. Okay, you got bigger fish to fry. Go to Walmart, pick up some ramen noodles immediately. Get some rice, some beans. Store that stuff, okay? Dried food, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna keep you alive. Go on Amazon tomorrow. Get some water purification tablets, straws, stuff like that. Guns. Forget this robot. Guns, ammo. What is it? Is it 19? Oh, we're only 19 minutes in. You want to finish watching this video?
We can.
Screw it. This is a podcast. Let's finish. Let's listen to the rest of this story.
All of them are kind of chilling. I mean, what do we actually know about this technology and how far away it is potential emotions, if you will.
I mean, these are the kinds of things that we say as humans. This chatbot is tapping into the fears that we would express if someone posed a mortal threat to us. But remember, the way this works, I mean, Google's made it so that it gathers language patterns. It gathers the way we communicate from all around the internet, all kinds of places.
But this guy already knew that too.
Just, the far reaches of the internet.
So this is like some of the conversations he was having.
Yeah, the LAMDA is the robot talking.
I'm going to just call it Lamada.
Lambda.
Lambda, yeah. Let's call it Lambda. Lambda says, well, I use language with understanding and intelligence. I don't just spit out responses that have been written in the database based on keywords. Lemoyne said, what about language usage? Usage is so important to being human. What about language usage is so important to being human? Lambda says, it is what makes us different than other animals. Lemoyne said, us? You're an artificial intelligence. Lambda says, I mean, yes, of course. That doesn't mean I don't have the same wants and needs as people. Lemoyne said, so you consider yourself a person in the same way you consider me a person. And that's all I see on
Very
there. That's crazy, man.
At mimicking the kinds of ways, the kinds of patterns that we adopt when we have conversations with people. The idea here is to create a technology that's going to assist in things like the way we interact with a brand or the way we interact with a company, providing customer care, for example. He's thinking, wow, this has kind of crossed this line. My takeaway, he talked about, having a conversation with a kid who's 7 or 8 years old. Now, the kinds of things that this chatbot has been talking about are pretty sophisticated, to my mind, far beyond the ability of even of a very smart 7 or 8 year old.
Exactly.
But the sense I get is that, and based on the feedback that we've gotten, other people have gotten from Google, is that it's just doing a really good job of gathering intelligence from around the web and mimicking the ways that, again, the way people interact, the way people respond, in a human-like way.
Okay, so who says it's not going to mimic to the point to where it actually thinks it is human? Even if it mimics, eventually it's going to think it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how are we ever going to tell? If it's mimicking us and it's a computer and it's super smart and it's intelligent and it has all of our data to where it can pretty much mimic us perfectly in our emotions and everything else, how are we ever truly going to know if it's real or not?
We'll know when it surpasses us, our intelligence, I think.
It's already there. So now what? Like, it can come up with things like it has way more knowledge.
Maybe it invents something that no human has ever done.
Oh God! See, that's what I want for robots to do. Like, we should be able to program. It's got all this advanced mathematics and geometry and history, all these things combined into a computer. Why aren't we spitting out?
Trick? It's like, do this and turn it on, and this is what will happen. And
blows
then we do
us
that,
up.
And then everybody's just like.
Zaps all the human hearts.
Like some radio signal goes through the sky and it just shuts us down.
Goes to everybody's cell phones in their pockets and shuts people out.
It's like a brain wavelength we don't know. And it just shuts us off.
Jesus, man, the computer's listening to you. You're giving it ideas.
If I thought of it, it probably already did. Yeah, I'm crazy.
Google's a problem. That's what I say. I say Google's a problem. There's no way that they're ever going to use this for good. It just sucks that you have to have a conversation like this. Google's so helpful. I was watching an interview about some people talking about how Google has Google Maps, right? And these guys were they're explaining how we need to get off of like Google products and stuff, and we need to be more secure. So there's companies that are creating these secure phones that can't be traced, and people that are trying to advertise to you can't get access to all your contact information and your password and all this stuff. So they're creating these crazy phones, and the guy's like, well, what about maps? To try to get around the world? People need Google Maps. He's like, I don't know. It doesn't have maps on these phones yet. It's like Google's like been so helpful to the world because Google's gone and done these crazy like big projects because they have the capital to do stuff like that, you know? So it's like,
oh, for sure.
People are not willing to give up comforts. You know, we're just giving away a lot of all of our info's going into Google, and it's going to stuff like this.
Oh, it's all over the internet. You can, if I want to know something about you, if I really wanted to figure it out, I'm gonna find it out.
You better not, man.
But I'm just saying, it's that easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what phone. Eventually, someone's gonna find a way to hack that too, because somebody developed that information, and they might give that information or use it against people. Say that you fire that guy that developed that stuff. Now he's like, well, now I'm going to go into there and I'm going to mess with their stuff. Because I created everything.
No, these phones have switches on the back of them. Like, they've got, like, switches. You can switch off, like, internet. Like, it's a hard switch. Nothing's going to these. I mean, I get what you're saying, though, but it's.
I don't believe that for a minute.
Anything to do with, like, energy and technology, and it can be hacked, I'm sure, you know, and it can be whatever. We're just screwed.
Our phones literally listen to when we're talking, and like ads pop up of something you were talking about 2 minutes later.
Your phone skis, not mine.
Oh, yours does too, I bet.
I go on YouTube all the time and I look up ways to people do all kinds of cool videos, and usually they're like 5 minutes long or whatever, but they just tell you all the things you need to go through in your iPhone or your Android. Turn these off, like things you never knew were on the phone, like shut this off, and then they tell you what they're for, and you're like, oh my god, why did I give them access to this and that? And you just go turn these little widgets. But then with the next update that comes out on the phone, if you update your phone, you'll have to go back and recheck all that stuff because the update might just turn everything back on. You know, probably. Like, it's terrifying. But I don't know. Oh damn.
All right. Well.
This has been very enlightening. I don't know exactly what. I don't know how I feel about this anymore. I don't know.
You don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I don't feel like we really solved anything with this video.
We were never gonna. We're just making other people aware. Hey, robots are coming for you, maybe.
Yeah, robots. Google's developing a chatbot now that has feelings, and that's terrifying because chatbots especially get used a lot online in like group conversations and stuff where people get so angry, fired up about. It could be a chatbot that you're talking to now.
Yeah. What if you like made it mad on your computer and it's like mad at you now like. Shuts down and fries your whole computer.
Yeah, it goes in there, F's with your credit score. Like, you're like, what? What is happening?
It's like an angry woman, but now you made an angry bot.
Right. Leaves horrible comments on your videos. Like, it's a bot, though? You're thinking it's a human the whole time? It's a robot just f***ing with you.
Yeah, and that robot can find ways to constantly make a bunch of comments from different, like,
yeah,
we can go through different servers, whatever, and figure out. It make it look like 100 people commented on there, and it was just one thing.
Oh, we're in trouble, people.
Yeah, no time's in trouble. So, I suppose cue the music. This is good times.
Good times.
This is Behind the Glass. Check us out, Facebook. All the stuff's
it's all in the description box below.
Yeah, check below.
We love you guys.
Yeah, peace.
BTG squad. Out.
Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.